Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here with my first vinyl finds of 2023. I've only bought one record so far this year. I traded in 6 records and I got 2, but I haven't really been buying records. I didn't really even buy that many in December. But I have enough records still from last year to make at least 3 more vinyl finds videos. So that's probably what I'll do, I'm kind of going to cut back this year on buying records and just listen to, more. And this is one I just recently was checking out. And I remember when I did my vinyl finds and I was talking about that Funkadelic, I had only listened to side 1, and when I talked about how great it is, well, I was listening to it, all 4 sides, and side 1 is definitely the best side. And it's all instrumental. It's Funkadelic. Side 2, the singers come out, so it was more of like a Parliament thing. And the songs aren't on side 2 and 3, they're not as good. Side 4 is pretty good. Anyways, the one single actually that I bought in this year is Damon. Liar with a Wild Woman. It's a new wave of British heavy metal. I have a couple of singles from that genre. I was really unaware of this genre at the time. And the only reason I bought this is Metal Theologian showed it, and it's on Clay Records, The record label mostly known for punk, GBH. It's on this red. This needs to be cleaned. It's very dirty record, dude. Now, like I said, I traded in 6 records. And there were ones that I played them one more time and I go, I have no interest in listening to this. A couple of them were record store day ones. One was, I just recently bought. It was the Gun Club, Live at the Hacienda Club, 1984. I don't want to listen to it. I have the 83 one and it sounds great, The Dead Kennedys, the Iguana tapes. It's not good. Even another one I bought last year was 1982 Suicidal Tendency demos. Side 1 of that one is okay. Side 2 was kind of not very good. And I just decided, I don't need it. So I got, it was like 6 records like that. All pretty good records. And I got 2 records in exchange for that. And the first one is Gish, the first Smashing Pumpkins. It's in the shrink, but it's kind of loose. I can get the shrink off and on, no problem. And it had this in the back. It's like just a sheet with all the song names. Wow. And I guess this is the original sleeve. It's kind of weird how they do this, Just make an insert, what's the point of having the original sleeve, yet you're going to, you have it in this polyline sleeve. Or, or make this polyline, But yeah, that's what this is a great record. I like first 3, especially I'd say the first 3 Smashing Pumpkins I like. That Infinite whatever Sadness one, the double album, it's too much. I mean, I would probably like to get it on vinyl, but I have it on CD, and it's like, man, 80 minutes of music and then another CD of it. It's too much, man. But 20-minute sides, would probably suit that album better. But yeah, this is a really good album, dude. And yeah, I got it. Wasn't much at all. And the other one I picked up was this Limp Wrist. And this is what this is their, I don't know if it's their first 2, but it's 2 of their EPs. This is the cover of one EP and this is the cover of the other. Limp Wrist. The One That's Dead EP. And it's pretty cool stuff there. These guys are a trip. They're kind of like the remnants of Los Kudos, I think is the name of the band. I know the singer And it's got this pretty cool insert. I think this is like the insert of the first one. Look at these dudes. And then I think it has another insert, yeah. And then it came with this one, which is kind of like the insert of the second EP. Pretty cool shot of the band. Look at that crotch shot. And both inserts have the lyrics. Really fast, hardcore. They call it queercore. You know, that's what the labels look like. And it's on glorious black vinyl. Very cool. So yeah, those are two pretty good records. But I mean, the ones I traded in they weren't no slouchy. I mean, it's kind of collectible stuff. So now we're gonna show some records that I got last year. Well, let's start off with this first one. We'll start off with another 7-inch. This is Irving Berlin, Total Punk Records. It's Total Punk Archives. This is the first, I guess, on an ongoing series they might start doing. And, you know, I'll check them out. It's like a 78 or so. Kind of a punk rock, new wavy song with a guitar player from Leonard Skinner. You know, it's pretty cool, actually, man. Especially, well, actually, both songs are good, man. But Junior's Got Brain Damage is the A-side. 70s punk, new wave. Now, these next few albums are albums that I got because of the VC, or people in the VC. Now, this one I picked up from a comment on my channel. And people that make comments and watch VC YouTube videos, I consider them part of the VC. And it's a French oi band, French punk rock band. And it's Cuir, C-U-I-R. And the name of the album is Album. I don't know if you guys remember Punk Points. It was a channel that came around like 2 years ago, maybe 2021, I guess, maybe the summer of 2021. He blew up. He would wear a mask, and he was like really amped up kind of guy. That's what this cover reminds me of. It is a trippy cover. But anyways, this album, it's really good, kind of 80s punk, not very harsh. It has synths in it, but I wouldn't call it synth punk. But it does have synths in it. And it's really cool, man. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting this. I think this is a solo project by the singer from that French band that I liked a lot, Coupe Gorge, Slit Throat. And it's got the words. First song is a Maniac, really cool instrumental kind of song. And it's on this pinkish vinyl. Woo! This is not going good. You're fucked. Really good, man. I was surprised at how good this is. And I can't remember the guy's name who suggested it, but I do remember who showed this one. And it was Cosmic Vinyl. Cosmic Brian from Cosmic Vinyl. It's the Scabs. LA punk band, but they kind of really weren't. They weren't in the in crowd of the punks, you know what I mean? They were kind of like probably my age. You know, they grew up with 70s rock. And I guess when 76 came around, they saw the kind of tide changing and they went along with that tide. They were really young guys, probably a little bit younger than me. And I guess it's this guy here, Steven Salazar. He was the main songwriter. And he didn't know anything about punk. And I guess these members, they slowly met, you know, and this guy played keyboards, and he was in a band, and he did all his own songs. And I guess he was in a band with this guy, the drummer. And, you know, they sent him lend him some records, you know, like the Sex Pistols, the Clash, you know. And then a couple of days later, he came back with a demo he had made of a punk rock song, you know. And I think it's the song Long May She Wave. So yeah, he was a really prolific songwriter. He was born with a heart condition. The doctor said it was inoperable. He wasn't supposed to live past the age of 3. He did pass away probably in the early 80s, maybe, at a very young age, like 20 or something. But yeah, it's a really good. The first 4 or 5 are songs they cut in a studio, and then the rest were songs they recorded in their garage or something like that. And they're all pretty good, man. It's very bad album cover. I mean, that is terrible, dude. You can't even see their faces. But yeah, kind of sad what happened to the guy. And it's a really good. They had some really catchy songs. And here's some pictures of the band. And that's the Scabs. Yeah, Brian. Now the next 2 albums, I mean, I'd known about this artist since the 70s when he was around, but I didn't really buy anything by him until last year. Ryan Kidd had a video on Johnny Thunder, so I remember I sent a text to him or something. Hey, they have a bunch of Johnny Thunder's, albums at the store, And I told him which ones, and he said, oh yeah, all those are pretty good, So I went back a couple of days later, and half of them were gone, and I ended up picking up a couple of live ones, a couple of demo ones, and they were all good. But the 2 albums that I really wanted, the 2 pillars of Johnny Thunder's, first one was this one, LAMF. I bought this off of Amazon, which I rarely do. It says it's the Lost 77 mixes. So I think it's the version that was on the original cassette. The story with this is the cassette was released and it had the sound how it was intended. They pressed the record and I think it was real tinny. It was really bad. And they say that's why the album never really took off. I don't know. I think there might be more to it than that. But yeah, man, when you listen to these songs, and they came out in 77, this should be a punk classic, dude. You got Born to Lose, All by Myself, Chinese Rocks, which the Ramones later covered. It's a fantastic album. And this version sounds really good. It's on Jungle Records. Which I think my demo ones are on Jungle Records. And yeah, like I said, I got that off of Amazon. But this next one, I was in the store going Underground Records in December, and it's Johnny Thunder's So Alone. Probably the only studio album I really need of his. And yeah, there's probably one more that I'm going to get of his. Another demos album, recorded in 76, I think. But yeah, this is really good, dude. So Alone. It starts out with Pipeline. I have a few DVDs of the Heartbreakers or Johnny Thunders. But probably the best one is with him playing in the Roxy on Sunset Strip in Hollywood. And that show started out with Pipeline. Really fantastic, that one is. And it's on Real Records. Pretty cool, man. It's kind of weird how, you want to get into a certain artist and then all of a sudden there it is. It pops up. And maybe you just notice it, Anyways, the last one I'm going to show, I believe this is the last one, is Bootlicker. And what this is their first 4 EPs or 7 inches. All put on a comp. I have this one here. These other 3 are not really readily available. You can probably get them on Discogs and pay a stupid money for them, or they may not even be available. But yeah, this is pretty good, dude. It's pretty rough. It sounds like, especially these first 2, it sounds like Motorhead produced in a G.G. Allin production. You know what I mean? It's not really well produced, but it sounds like Motorhead, and it's fantastic. It's not for everybody. It's pretty rough, and I guess they get a little better as the time went on. But yeah, I love this shit, man. Bootlicker, lick the boot loose. Oh, lick the boot, lose your teeth. Oh, lick the boot. The EPs. Yeah, they're cool. I dig this band, dude. Neon Taste Records. Really cool. And I think, yeah, this is a colored vinyl. Kind of a piss yellow, you know. Neon yellow. This is like the color of your piss when you take a lot of vitamins. Came with this, whatever this is, Contact Us, what is it? Suburban Pagans, and it has a number. Oh, look at it. Outer Space theme. And this is the insert with all the words and pictures of each member. Really cool, man. I'm glad to have that, dude. You know, now I have everything by Bootlicker. Got their album and all their EPs on that album, so all is good. I'm gonna go finish watching the Buffalo Bills Miami Dolphins game. That thing, Buffalo was up 17-0, so I turned it off, went outside with the dogs, came back in and was like, what the hell? Miami's winning, you know? So yeah, I put it on pause. I'm gonna go watch the end of that game. Take care, everybody. Take care, everybody.